let me just back up real quick, dude. So you're saying that Matt Serra is using Diego for content, right? That's what you said. Yeah, he's just using my fighter. So you said that Diego's being used by Matt Serra for content. Yeah. And you're upset because Diego Sanchez was not able to successfully say the school of self-awareness, your business and your name enough times, and then not have Matt Serra, a person who doesn't know you, repeat it back in a fashion that you felt was adequate. Yeah, that's right. And you're saying you run a school of self-awareness. Yeah. A school of self-awareness. Yeah. You consider yourself a self-aware person. I consider myself the most self-aware person. Okay. You're mad that Matt Serra was using Diego for content. All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. So as the headline alluded to, this is a story about Josh Fabia, because Josh Fabia has come out of the shadows and he's making statements. Now, you would ask yourself, like, so if you had gone through the experience that Fabia did, where Diego left and then he did the podcast and then everybody started kind of running their mouth, Jesse on Fire did 100 videos about you, like, how would you welcome yourself back into the MMA community? Now, if he was a regular mortal human, he might just say like, hey guys, I really missed the sport. I've been having a great time running my school of self-awareness, and I thought this was a good time for me to come back, and I wanted to apologize to anybody that I offended, and I want to tell you I'm a serious player in this space. But that's what a mortal man would do. Someone that was just regular. If you are a transcendent being like Joshua Fabia, what you're going to do is you're going to come out, you're going to do an interview, and you're going to say that Matt Serra was terrified of you in the exchange that was captured on camera. So you, Josh Fabia, 5'1", apparently a contract killer, though, according to Diego Sanchez. You were face-to-face with a professional fighter in the Hall of Fame with a, 10x black belt in jiu-jitsu, and you're just gonna, he was terrified of you, obviously. I mean, everyone's seen the tape too. Like, it would be one thing if he just said like, me and Matt Serra had this interaction, and I'm gonna tell you right now, he was terrified. And everyone's like, well, I wonder if that's true. But not Josh Fabia. He is going to talk about an incident that every person has seen on video and then tell you that Matt Serra was terrified. Now, if you think I'm making this up, I'm not. So we're going to get into it, though. So if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. Now, if I have to choose a sponsor to plug on this particular video, given that Josh Fabia did an interview right after Diego Sanchez and him broke up. Now, let me just go back to this since I'm going to reference it. If you guys forgot this, Diego let go of Josh Fabia. And the next day, Fabia went on a podcast called Summer Helene's podcast. And he told the world all of Diego's deep, dark secrets. Now, one of them had to do with addiction. It was a terrible story about addiction. And he referenced a specific thing that I looked at and I was like, well, actually, you know what that really does is it actually helps people with addiction. Because he was talking about kratom. Kratom's not a thing that you should start if you've never done it, but as many recovering addicts will tell you, they stay off opioids. This is because of kratom directly. And one of my favorite sponsors is Yo Kratom, where you get $60 kilograms. Same quality, 1/5 the price. Okay, $60 kilograms. That's real. YoKratom.com. YoKratom.com. You can tell them I sent you because Yo Kratom is the bomb. I love it, dude. I love it. So thank you, Yo Kratom, and let's just get right into it. All right, so.
And it was brought up in the interview, and they're telling you, and they're asking you about me, and you're able to see my name, you know that they're talking about me, you're actually saying on a camera, like you're disdained with me so much you can't even say my name, bro. Like, dude, that's kind of cold. Like, I
told you already, I don't know your name.
Okay.
What's your name again?
Joshua.
Joshua, okay. Dude, yeah, school does something or other. I understand. Okay. Listen.
You can see how that right there is like a little like.
You know why?
You know what?
I don't give a fuck. I'm with my friends having breakfast. You trying to come over here and make some kind of grandstand about you bringing me up about? No, listen, bro. Okay. You want to talk? I'll talk. You're bringing up Michael Pereira. I think the guy's his fun.
Who? Piera?
Yeah, Pereira. Don't you gonna fix my fucking pronounce shit?
No.
Oh yeah.
I'm just in here.
And then you bring it up. Oh man, it's amazing how people don't bring up how Diego. Look at his fight with him. I thought that fight was shit. You know what? It was phenomenal. His fight with Carol Parisian.
Absolutely.
Fucking phenomenal.
Absolutely.
I like that's the Diego I think's a fucking beast. So Diego has my full respect. So before this is not going to get any better. Do your thing. Good luck with you. I hope you make some money off Diego. Do what you got to do. And that's it, bro. Okay? When I listen, not my type of guy. Do your thing. We're having breakfast, man.
This is the actual article, okay? So Joshua Fabia, the former head coach of Diego Sanchez, has recalled his 2020 interaction with Matt Serra, claiming the former UFC champion was scared. Coaches are often in and out of the headlines, whether they get credit for efforts such as Trevor Whitman's striking development of Kamaru Usman or criticism of their corner work, like happened to Jim West's approach to Aspen Ladd last year. However, not many have received as much negative press as Josh Fabia. I'm sure he didn't do anything to earn that, like hang his fighter upside down, blindfold him, and then kick him in the face. Like, you know, I feel like when you compare criticism that's been bestowed on fighters' coaches, I think you're going to have a hard time finding someone who has done anything as egregious as hanging their fighter upside down, blindfolding them, and beating the shit out of their head, you know? And when you ask them why, you're like, so it really looked like you were practicing your own skills there. Like, it looked like you were really putting on a show. No, I was just doing body hardening, really, with the head of a 38-year-old fighter. Interesting. That's an interesting approach. Interesting strategy, Cotton. The founder of the School of Self-Awareness, Coach Sanchez, victor of the first season of The Ultimate Fighter during his last MMA years. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. Blah, 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 blah. Now, in September, Fabio was in Abu Dhabi ahead of the Sanchez fight with Jake Matthews of UFC 253. While the focus should have been on the welterweight veteran's upcoming bout, Fabio made his way in the headlines after approaching Serra in the hotel, appearing to have a gripe with how the Terror had referred to him during the interview with Sanchez. Thanks to the quick thinking of Din Thomas, this was all captured on tape. Now, following the bitter split with Sanchez, Fabia has been outspoken about the UFC space, reflecting on the number of incidents and his run-ins with Serra. During an interview with Talkin' MMA, the controversial former coach accused the UFC of manipulating the footage in order to make him look bad. I'm sure they did that. Like, I'm sure that the UFC definitely did that. They probably manipulated the video to make it look bad. They're all, okay, so let's just take this video where Matt Serra is, you know, calmly having his lunch, and he gets approached and accosted by a strong-talking little Elmo doll. What? That's the worst Fabia joke I've ever done. My God, let's take a moment, you guys. Like, usually when I'm trying to nail a small joke on Fabia, they're just like, bam, bam, bam. An Elmo doll. I don't even, what's an Elmo doll? Oh! A Tickle Me Elmo. No, that's actually a good joke. It's like, hey, you look like you're having a bad day, little Elmo. Are you angry? He's all, I don't like the way you talked about me or my fighter. They're all, oh, what do you think now? They tickle his little tummy. He's like, stop it. Stop it. It's like, come on, little Elmo. Are you still mad? He's all, stop it. I am mad. I don't think that you're showing me respect. Oh, what about now? How about now? Stop it. Stop it. He's a little Tickle Me Elmo. So when he gets mad, what you need to do is just sit him in your lap, be like, okay, hold on. I want to make sure that I give you the proper attention. And you pick him up and you stick him in your lap and you go, okay. And every time he starts talking, you just tickle his little tummy. Oh, look at you. I can see the smile coming. You're not angry anymore, are you, little guy? And he's all, stop it. You're all right. So now what? He's all, well, blah, blah, blah. You're all, shut up. Shut your little face, Tickle Me Elmo. Anywho, so quote, let's go over the facts. You watch the video, there's not one piece of that video without it being controlled and directed, meaning they're not letting you hear the full conversation. They're not showing you unedited footage, claimed Fabia. They've got to roll subtitles and roll over the sound, tell you what's going on. Well, that's interesting. I love this dude. This guy would find a conspiracy in, like, someone dropped a pen. They're all, here, is this your pen? He's all, I bet you want me to grab that pen, don't you? Who's that? Who's that guy? Who's that guy over there? You're all, what guy over there? Who's that guy over there? I don't know him. No, I bet you don't. I bet you don't know him. How about her, huh? Why she got her camera out? Like, probably because you're yelling at me. You're making a scene. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. They're all, come here, little Elmo. And they tickle him. He's all, stop it. Stop it. That's the way you stop any argument with. Just tickle his tummy, dude, if he gets mad. Discussing where his grudge with Serra originated from, Fabio recalled an interview Sanchez had with the former welterweight title holder. Perhaps not doing much to improve the attention-seeking reputation some in the community have placed on him, Fabio explained that his anger derived from the fact that Serra wouldn't say his name or discuss his school. I remember that. It was because Matt Serra didn't know his name, right? He's all, you know my name, bro. you know my name. Matt Serra's like, dude, I don't know your name. He's all, yeah, you do, bro. You know my name. He's all, nope, I don't. I'm like, I'm Matt Serra. I'm 5'5", and sitting down, I am actually taller than you. I think that you are angry about that. I think you're really angry about that. Now, anyone who's seen me in real life, I'm 5'10", dude. You know, everyone always asks that. Like, they think because I make short jokes about Fabio, who's 5'1", they're like, every time they meet me, they're like, geez, I was expecting you to be bigger. I was like, dude, I'm 5'10". That's an average sized human. Average sized human can make fun of little Tickle Me Elmos. That's the rule, okay? If you're an average sized human, you can make fun of people who are the size of a Tickle Me Elmo. That's the rule. Or a little G.I. Joe. I bet he would prefer for me to refer to him as a G.I. Joe. A little Tickle Me G.I. Joe. Hey, little G.I. Joe, you know that Diego thinks that you're going to kill him. Did you know that Diego thinks you're going to kill him? You better tell him you're not going to. Grab your little cell phone. Grab that little cell phone. Man, those buttons are tiny. How do you make it work? He's all, well, my fingers are tiny. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Diego, I'm not going to kill you. I'm sorry I said that. Let me hear. You didn't call anyone, dude. You didn't call anyone. I'm not going to call him and tell him that because I am going to kill him. How are you going to kill him, dude? You're the size of a G.I. Joe. You don't know what I learned in the jungle. You learned how to kill regular-sized humans that are black belts in jiu-jitsu while being the size of a G.I. Joe? Yes. Can you talk me through how you do it? Well, I'd take his neck and I'd put it over my tiny little shoulder and I would drop him on it. You better do some research, bro. That's called the kill shot. All that's really happening is for a year before this, Diego had this is his quote, by the way. Diego had interviews mandatorily by the UFC. He had to do an interview with Matt Serra, and this was before the Michael Pereira fight in Albuquerque, recalled Fabia. Basically, Diego is trying to talk about things about the School of Self-Awareness, and Matt Serra isn't hearing it. Diego's saying my name. Diego's saying School of Self, and Matt Serra just keeps saying, yeah, you're corner man. So he won't say my fucking name in the interview. So you want to use my fighter for the content? The fighters, you want to use my fighter for the content? Hey, who do you think is using who here, bro? Who's using who? You're all, Diego is trying to talk about the School of Self-Awareness, man. Like he's trying to talk about me and the School of Self-Awareness, and this guy won't say my name. He won't say my name. He's using Diego. That guy's using Diego. You're all, let me just back up real quick, dude. So you're saying that Matt Serra is using Diego for content, right? That's what you said. Yeah, he's just using my fighter. So you said that Diego's being used by Matt Serra for content. Yeah. And you're upset because Diego Sanchez was not able to successfully say the School of Self-Awareness, your business and your name enough times, and then not have Matt Serra, a person who doesn't know you, repeat it back in a fashion that you felt was adequate. Yeah, that's right. And you're saying you run a School of Self-Awareness. Yeah. A School of Self-Awareness. Yeah. You consider yourself a self-aware person. I consider myself the most self-aware person. Okay. You're mad that Matt Serra was using Diego for content, but you're upset that Diego trying to plug your business and your name was not getting the attention that you had hoped that it would. Yes. You don't see a lack of self-awareness here. I see someone trying to make a point that's not there. Okay, you know what? Come here, little guy. Sit on my lap. Now, what do you think now, huh? You like it when I tickle your little tummy, huh? Stop it, you little Tickle Me Elmo. Now get out of here. You have no self-awareness. Fuck. Okay, so that's I have a problem with you don't want to say coach, you don't want to say my name, you don't want to say Diego's learning, you want to slander me and use the show to talk shit and belittle me. That's not what Matt Serra does. That's what Jesse on Fire does. While the viral video saw most fans and fighters praise Serra for how he handled himself after being randomly approached at his table, Fabia believes only one man lost the exchange and doesn't think it was him. While physical aggression or escalation never looked on the cards, Fabia cited the fact that neither Serra nor Thomas stood up and did shit as evidence that the pair was scared, quote. The New Mexico native also claimed that the UFC moved Serra out of the hotel on Fight Island following the interaction. Oh my God. It's laughable in my world. Nobody came to save Matt Serra. Matt Serra didn't stand up and didn't do anything. And 6 foot something Din Thomas didn't do shit but hold up a fucking phone. I'm quite aware of who was scared there. I'm quite aware of who got punked there. I get very aware of who got punked out when Matt Serra gets moved to another hotel and we never see him again. That's the truth of that. Boom, son. That's a mic drop. It's worth noting that the man Fabia believes he's scared out of the hotel was a former MMA fighter who shared the cage with the likes of George St. Pierre, Frank Trigg, and BJ Penn, among other tough athletes during a 12-year stint in the sport. I mean, thanks for that MMA news. I mean, like, you know, I don't think we could have figured out that Josh Fabia is completely full of shit without you adding that. But yeah, so I have nothing to add to this other than welcome back, Fabia. I hope that you do 1 million interviews. You can come on my show anytime, dude. You can come on my show. I promise I won't tickle your tummy. I promise. I'm not going to tickle your tummy, dude. You can come on. You can show us how big of a man you are. Show us how scary you are. I better stand up if I don't want him to think I'm scary. But, you know, if I stand up, all 5'10" of me might be looking down, all the way down towards my shoe. Where is he? I was sitting down so I could make sure that I could be eye to eye with him. And even then, you know, now it looks like I'm trying to put things in his mouth that I don't want in his mouth, you know? So anyway, that's what I got. Love you guys. Peace.